Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Discover Horses at Chesapeake Therapeutic Riding. This week we have Tilly with us. She is a 24-year-old American paint mare, and she's going to help us do some math today.
All right, I am standing here with Tilly today, and like Miss Molly said, we are going to do some math with the horses. Math is everywhere, even at CTR, and we're going to talk about how we measure the horses. We don't measure the horses in feet and inches like you might think. We measure horses in hands. And it's sort of silly, but hundreds of years ago, they didn't have standardized measuring tools. They had what was on them, and that was their hand. So in the description below, you will find this handout, which has a hand on it, and if you print it out to 100%, it should be the correct measurement for a hand. A hand is 4 inches, and that is how we are going to measure Tilly today. We are going to determine today if Tilly is a horse or a pony. And how we find that out is a horse is 14.2 hands or more, and a pony is under 14.2 hands. So we're going to use these hands, which I want you to cut out and decorate all pretty. You can put fingernails on them, rings, you can color them in so that you have, it would actually be great to have 2, or you could work with your sibling or family member on this. You could each cut one out and decorate one to use to measure the horse. So if you need to, pause this video, go print out your hand and decorate it, and then come back. All right, so I have Miss Gail here. She's gonna help me, she's gonna demonstrate how to measure Tilly. I will point out that there's a very specific place that we do have to measure the horse. And we're gonna start at the bottom of her hoof and go to the top of her withers, which if you remember from the previous episode when we talked about parts of the horse, the withers are this bump on the back of Tilly, and this is the same place we measure every horse to because their necks are usually all different sizes, so the withers is where we want to be. So Miss Gail is going to show how you can use your hands at home to measure Tilly. You're going to count as you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I would say 14 3/4. All right, so we don't have hands like this that we use all the time when we measure the horses. We have a measuring tape that is already written in hands, and this is how we check the horse's growth, and this is how we determine if the horse is a horse or a pony. So we are going to see how accurate Miss Gail was with her measuring. So you want to unravel the tape, and on our tape there's a special place that says place toe here and pull the tape tight, and that's how we can make sure that the tape stands steady. We're going to put this all the way down here, put my toe there, and looks like our hand measurements were pretty accurate, 14.3. So if you remember, anything over 14.2 and over is considered a horse, so Tilly is a horse. All right, so as you can see, math is everywhere. A little math problem for you to consider before we move on to the next segment. If Tilly is 14.3 hands, how many inches tall is she? And you might need a grown-up to help you with that question, but you'll be looking for that question at the end of the video of this week's episode for the correct answer.
Now that we have learned how to use our hands to measure a horse, we're going to incorporate them into our whoa and go. So make sure you have your hands ready before you go to our moving activity.
Whoa and go!
Hi, we're getting ready for our whoa and go section. We just finished with our hands measuring Tilly, and we found out that Tilly was 14.3 hands. But for our whoa and go, we're going to exchange these hands for these, mainly because they're a little bit easier to see when we measure. On our whoa and go today, we're going to be measuring things throughout the arena, and whatever we come up with, we're going to have to make up an exercise and do it that many times. So I've got Megan and Molly with me today. And the first thing I'm going to pick is I'm going to pick that big orange cone right there. We're going to find out how many hands it is. So help me count, girls.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6. We're going to say 6 hands. We have to do 6 jumping jacks. You ready?
Okay.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Molly's turn.
All right, I'm gonna measure this barrel. Let's slide it over. All right, we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, we'll take 6.
It's almost the same height as the cone. All right, we're gonna do 6 squats. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Miss Megan.
All right,
Take a hand.
I'm going to measure Miss Gail.
Oh.
All right, ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 hands. All right, we are going to jog in place for 10 seconds.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, my turn. All right, I think I'm going to measure a ground pole.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay, Molly's going to help.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
18.
Arm circle. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Backwards. 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
My turn. I'm gonna measure the height of that mailbox.
From the ground.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right, we're gonna do 11 kicks to the sides. We're gonna do 1 each way. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right. All right, let's measure the mountain ramp.
All right.
Ready to count?
Yep.
1,
2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are going to do 10 step-ups, so you can find some steps in your house. I'll do the high step-up. We have to do 10 of them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, so we measured just a few things here in the arena. You probably can find a lot more things at home. Find a friend, find somebody to do it with, measure those hands, see how many exercises you can do. Stay healthy, stay fit. See you next time.
Today you got to do some math measuring Tilly. You got to do some art cutting out your own hands at home so that you can measure things around the house. And with the exercises that we did today, I challenge you to measure 5 things at home and do your own exercises with them. And if you can, maybe you can do the math for them and figure out how many inches tall those objects are. Stay tuned for a short quiz, and we hope to see you guys in the next episode.
How many inches are in a hand? A, 2, B, 4, C, 6, or D, 8? If you answered B, 4, you are correct. When measuring the horse, we measure them from the ground to which part of the body? A, shoulder, B, ears, C, withers, or D, tail? If you answered C, withers, you are correct. If Tilly is 14.3 hands, how many inches tall is she? A, 56, B, 57, C, 58, or D, 59? If you answered D, 59, you are correct.
This episode is sponsored by the Morris A. Mechanic Foundation. For more information about Chesapeake Therapeutic Riding, please visit ctrchanginglives.org. If you would like to see more programming like this, please click subscribe, turn on notifications, and like our episodes. Thank you.